Okay, let's start. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my class. My name is Wang Ziqiu. Please call me Wang 老师. Starting today, let's learn Chinese together. First, let's look at what will we learn today. First, let's get to know Chinese together. Then we will learn the basics of pinyin, and finally, we will learn how to say hello to Chinese people. Speaking of China, what do you think of? Chinese food, Kung Fu, Panda, Peking Opera, high-speed rail, mobile payment, beautiful scenery, and Chinese. China is a country with a long history, and I'm very happy to lead you to know such a country together. Our story starts from 你好. 你好. Let's look at this. 你好. This part is 汉字. 汉字. It means Chinese character. 汉字. And this part, 你好. 你好 is 拼音. 拼音. 汉字, Chinese characters, are the writing symbols of Chinese. Through pinyin, we can know the pronunciation of Chinese characters. Let's look at this. Pinyin consists of three parts. This part is 声母. 声母 initial. 声母. This part is 韵母. 韵母 the final. And this one. This is 声调 tongue. 声调 tongue. Pinyin consists of three parts. 声母 initial. 韵母 final. And 声调. 这是什么? What's this? It is 中国, right? I think all of you know its meaning. And 中国, this one, is 汉字. 汉字. Every Chinese character has its own stroke. This one is stroke. We call it 笔画. 笔画. It means stroke. We write Chinese characters according to stroke order. The order of strokes, we call it 笔顺. This one. The order of strokes, 笔顺. 笔顺. 笔顺 will make it easier for you to remember how to write a Chinese character. Okay, now I briefly introduced Chinese characters and pinyin. They are the basis for learning Chinese vocabulary. Now we will start with pinyin. Pinyin. Do you remember this? Pinyin consists of three parts. They are 声母 initial, 韵母 final, and 声调 the tongue. These three parts. We will start from 韵母, 韵母, and all these are basic finals. Okay, first I read them one by one. You can try to read, follow me. The first one. A, A, O, O, E, U, U, Ü, Okay, when we read ah, we should open your mouth widely. Ah, ah. And when we read O, you can find that please round your mouth. O, O. And first, you should keep a smile face. Then try to pronounce O. Listen. Okay, this is O, and this one. It's maybe difficult for you. Let's look at this. When we read we should use the same tongue position as in pronouncing Chinese. Then draw your lips into form a circle as small as possible. Then try to pronounce it. Okay. Now let's look at the last one. This pinyin, the two letters form a single sound. Put your tongue and lips in position as when pronouncing Then raise the middle part of your tongue slightly. At the same time, roll up the tip of your tongue backward. Take my hands as if it's your tongue, like this. Like this. Okay, these are basic 韵母. You can read it after me. O, U, Okay, now let's look at these compound finals. First, let's look at these 5. Listen. Ya, wa, wo, ye, yue. These 5, the second sound is louder and longer than the first one. Listen again. Ya, wa, wo, ye, yue. Okay, now let's look at these 3. Listen. I, a, ow. These 3, the first sound is louder and longer than the second one. Listen again. I, a, ow. Okay, let's look at that last 3. These 3. Listen. Why, 微，微，腰，腰. These three. The middle sound is the loudest and longest sound. Okay, these are compound finals. Let's listen to the radio and try to read after it.
韵母一
Finals one.
一
u
吁
er
a
呀
呀
哇
哇
o
窝
e
耶
约
约
i
i
y
y
a
a
微
微
ao
凹
腰
腰
Okay, let's listen again and try to read after it.
韵母一
Finals one.
一
u
吁
er
a
a
呀
呀
哇
哇
o
o
窝
窝
耶
耶
约
约
i
i
y
y
a
a
微
微
凹
凹
腰
腰
Okay, please pay attention to this one. 微 is written as u, e. The middle is omitted, but we should still read it wei, wei. For sound, the single final is different from compound finals. Listen. Ye, ye, yue, yue, a, wei, wei. Okay, these are 韵母 we learned today. Now let's go to 声母, 声母 initials. Today we will learn 14 声母, 14 initials. First, please listen to me. In order to make each pronunciation easier to recognize, I will add a vowel after each initial. Listen to me. You can try to read after me. 波，波，坡，坡，摸，摸，佛，佛，的，的，特，特，呢，呢，了，了，歌，歌，科，科，呵，呵，鸡，鸡，七，七，西，西. Okay, let's look at them one by one. 波, when we read 波, you can feel that your lips are blocking the air flow, and then suddenly open your lips to let the air flow rush out of your mouth. But When read pour, your lips didn't block the airflow. Everyone, you can try to put your hand in front of your mouth, like this. When we read pour, your hand can't feel the airflow obviously. But when you're reading pour, you can obviously feel the airflow. And this one, for, when reading for, please bite your lower lip with your upper teeth. For. This one, ne, you should let the air out from your nose. Ne. Ge. When we read ge, you can clearly feel that the root of your tongue is blocking the airflow. Ge. The last three, ji, qi, and xi, maybe they are difficult for you to pronounce. First, let's look at this picture. For example, it's your mouth. 1, it represents your hard palate. Number 2, this number, it represents the tip of your tongue. This one is your lower teeth. When we read ji, you should raise the front part of the tongue to touch the hard palate, and then let the tip of your tongue touch the back of the lower teeth, like this. Try to produce ji by letting the air squeeze out between the surface of the tongue and the hard palate. Ji, and this qi, when we read qi, its pronunciation is the same as ji, but it blocks the airflow in the mouth first, and then releases the block. Qi. Unlike ji and qi, when we read xi, the airflow is not blocked at all. Xi. Okay, these are 14 sheng mu we learned today. Let's try to read them after the video.
声母一
Initials
Initials
1.
1.
波
Bo,
坡
po,
摸
mo,
夫
fo,
的
de,
特
te,
呢
ne,
了
le,
歌
ge,
科
ke,
和
he,
鸡
ji,
七
qi,
西
xi.
Okay, let's try again.
声母一
Initials
Initials
1.
1.
波
Bo,
坡
po,
摸
mo,
夫
fo,
的
de,
特
te,
呢
ne,
了
le,
歌
ge,
科
ke,
和鸡七西
Okay. These are 声母 and 韵母 we learned today. Let's try this practice. In this, I will read one pinyin. You can choose from A, B, and C. For example, number 1, if I read O, you can type B in your chatting box. Let's try. We start from number 2. Listen. ü, ü, ü. Very good. It should be A. Good. Number 3. T, t, t. Very good. It's B. T. I can feel the airflow. T, t. Okay, number 4. G, g, g. Correct. Well done. It should be A. G, g. Okay, the last one. Listen. Xi, 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 xi. The alphabet is not blocked in my mouth. Xi, xi. So the answer should be C. Okay, this is 声母 and 韵母 we learned today. Some people say that Chinese is a rhythmic language. This is because Chinese has 4 tones. We can express the tone with 5 degrees. Let's look at these 4 pictures. There are 4 tones in Chinese. The first one is the first tone. We can call it 一声. 一声 is the first tone. This one, 二声. 二声 is the second tone. This one, 三声. 三声. 三声 is the third tone. This one, 四声. 四声 is the fourth tone. Now I will use R as an example to show you how to read 4 tones. Please listen carefully. Ah, ah, ah. This one. Ah, ah. It's up. Ah. This one. Ah, ah, ah. The last one. Ah, ah, ah. It's 4 tones. Okay, can you try to read E and U? Let's do it together. E, 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 E. Okay, these are 4 tones. Let's try U. First one, first tone. 一声, 一声, first tone. U, U, U. 二声, second tone. 二声. U, U, U. Third tone. 三声, third tone. 三声. 五, 五, 五. Fourth tone. 四声, fourth tone. 四声. 呜, 呜, 呜. Okay, have you learned that? This Now we have learned 声母、韵母 and 声调. We have learned initials, finals, and tongues. When we put them together, we can read one syllable. Let's try the first one. 声母 is 歌. 韵母 is 声调, the tongue is this is the first tongue, right? Okay, let's try to put them together and read it. 歌 it means brother. 哥哥 brother, older brother. 哥哥. The second one, 声母 initial is 摸 韵母 医生 put them together. 妈 妈妈 it means mother, mom. 妈妈. The last one, 声母 initial is 鸡 韵母 is 耶 and let's look at this tongue. 声调. Which tongue? It should be the third tongue, right? So let's put them together. Try to read it. 姐 姐姐 it means older sister. 姐姐 Okay, this is pinyin we learned today. We have known that pinyin consists of three parts. Initial, 声母, final, 韵母, and its tongue, 声调. Not every pinyin has a 声母, but a 韵母 is necessary. With pinyin, now we can read 汉字. We can read Chinese characters like this. 你好 When Chinese people, when they meet with each other, we can say 你好 to each other. Okay, now let's listen to the first dialogue. You can try to read after it.
你好
Again.
你好
And between young people, you can also say, hey, 你好 Hey, 你好 Maybe some students already found that 你好, the first one is the third tongue, right? The second one is also the third tongue. But Wang Laoshi read it not 你好. How did I read it? I read it like this. 你好 You can find I changed its pronunciation. Why? Because in Chinese, if there are two third tongues, we should change the first third tongue into the second tongue. That's why I should read it 你好, not 你好. It's wrong. We should read it like 你好. Okay, now we have learned two new words, 你 and 好. Now let's learn some more new words. 你 it means you. It's singular. You, 你, only one person. And this one, 好 it means good, fine, 好. And if there are more than one person, two people or three students, we should use 你们 is plural. 你们. And if you are greeting with your boss or someone older than you, you'd better use 您. 您 is a polite way to say you. 您. Okay, now please read after me. 你 你、你们、你们、您、您、好、好。Okay. Let's look at this picture. Here, only one person, right? This girl. So we should say there's only one person, so we should use 你, right? If we want to greet with her, how to say? We should say 你好, 你好. Let's look at this one. There are 3 students, right? So in this case, which word we should use? We should use 你们. Good. 你们, 你们. And if you want to greet with them, how to say? Greet with them. We should say 你们好, 你们好. Let's look at this. This person, he looks like my boss. So I should show my respect for him. In this case, I should use 您, right? And to greet with him, we should say 您好, 您好. Okay, let's look at this picture. This girl, let's look at her. Maybe she did something wrong. She knocked over the milk. So in this case, she should say what to her mother? She should say sorry, right? Then how to say sorry in Chinese? This 对不起, 对不起, 对不起. But her mother said, it's okay, it's no problem, doesn't matter. So her mother should say, yes, good. 没关系，没关系。对不起，没关系。Let's listen to the dialogue.
对不起，
没关系，
Okay, you can try to read after the radio.
对不起，
没关系，
Okay. These are some new words we learned today. Have you learned that? Please read after me. 你，你，你们，你们，您，您，好，好。对不起，对不起。没关系，没关系。Okay, now let's do some practice. Please read the picture and choose A, B, C. Which one is a proper word? The first one, they look like they are greeting with each other. In this case, only one person, so we should choose. I already saw your answer. Correct. Well done. We should choose B. 你好，你好。And now let's look at this one. So many students, right? More than one student. So in this case, we should use. Well done. We should choose A. 你们好。你们好。Okay, the last one. They are boyfriend and girlfriend. Maybe the boy did something wrong. So in this case, he should say, good. Oh, he did something wrong. So he should say sorry, right? Sorry is C. Good. 对不起，对不起。Okay. 你好，你好，你们好，你们好。 对不起，对不起。Okay, these are what we learned today. Today we learned, we know something about Chinese, and now we know we have learned 18 韵母 and 14 声母. We know this one is character, 汉字, 汉字, and 拼音, 拼音. Pinyin is used to tell us how to read 汉字. Pinyin consists of 3 parts. They are 声母、声母、韵母、韵母 and 声调、声调 the 3 parts. And we also learned some basic 韵母. They are 啊、o、一、u、and right? And we have learned some 14 声母, 声母. They are 波、波、坡、坡、摸、摸、佛、佛、的、的、特、特、呢、呢、个、个、科、科、呵、呵、鸡、鸡、七、七、西、西. And we also know there are 4 tongues in Chinese. 一声 the first tongue, 二声 the second tongue, 三声 the third tongue, and 四声 the fourth tongue. If there are 2 third tongues, the first third tongue we should change it into the second tongue. Okay, these are what we learned today. Let's look at this. Can I give you some homework? Please try to all these syllables as your homework. I will check it next time. Next class, we will review lesson 1, and we will learn more Chinese pinyin, and we will learn some new words and dialogue. See you next time. Looking forward to attend my next time. Okay, if you have some questions, you can ask me in this chatting box. Do you have some questions about today's class? This 不 we should read it a light tongue. There's no tongue in this 不. 对不起, 对不起. This 不 is pronunciation. We will learn it in next class. This W is not pinyin. Actually, it's我 How to teach 机器系 Okay, do you have more questions about today's class? Or you should read like all round your lips. All round your lips. All. How does this we say it 这个 this 这个 The class start from 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Beijing time. "对，这里你们的你应该可以是半晌。Okay, do you have more questions about today's class? Okay, if you don't have class, okay, see you next time. Goodbye.